everybody, I'm High Priestess Autumn Phoenix, priestess of Coven of the Phoenix located here in New York City. You can find me on my social media platforms at Facebook, Magically Blessed, on Instagram at Autumn_Phoenix1, on Twitter at Priestess Autumn, on Periscope at Autumn Phoenix, and on YouTube at Autumn Phoenix. Tonight is about 13 signs that you are a spiritual healer. We all, as human beings, have the capacity to heal ourselves. We all have the capacity to heal ourselves and to also nurture other people. Spirit, energy, thought, intention, skillful practice, and belief are available to all people. Yet, as individual expression of the life force, we all have different paths, and not all of us feel like we are called to healing practices. For those of us that do feel called to spiritual healing, we are oftentimes met with some kind of resistance, either from our friends, family members, or even within our own culture. This is because spiritual healing can be frowned upon as a misguided science, charlatan work, witchcraft, and it's basically practiced by a society that is built on the mind and the ego. So if somebody says, "Oh, I am a spiritual leader," they might get a look of, "Oh, this person is some kind of freak. This person is making it up." And yes, there are a lot of fake ass people out there who are not who they say they are. They can't do what they claim they can do, and that gives the rest of us a very bad name. And to you people who are doing that and conning people out of money, you are taking away from those same people the help that they actually need. Because you're not genuine, you're not authentic, you're all about the money, and to hell with actually helping somebody. Very few of us, not a whole lot of us, were raised around shamans, medicine men, or medicine women who could pass on ancient knowledge of healing practices. Instead, as we grew up as children, we were taken to physicians and doctors who prescribed us with medications of all kinds of vaccines. While these medications sometimes are useful, helpful, they only fit a certain part of us. They only fit a certain part of us. These same doctors today, they have never aided us in healing our whole body with all of the layers that come with it. Something about the spiritual healer is they are also a wounded person too. they heal themselves while also healing other people. They always get something back. Always. The first sign that you may be a spiritual healer is you are intuitive and can read other people very easily. So it's very hard for people to lie to you because you immediately pick up on it. And you actually don't like liars. So that's the first sign. You are very intuitive and can read people very easily. The second sign, you get overwhelmed in public places. You might not be able to be around big crowds. You might feel anxious, or you might feel like you just have to get out of that place. So that's number 2. You get overwhelmed by being in public easily. The third sign, sensitive beings, beings like animals or children are drawn to you. I mean, children absolutely love me. And I'm not a mother. I don't have any kids. But other people's kids love to be around me. Animals love to be around me. And I, in turn, love to be around them because I am a big-ass kid at heart. And I feel like they sense that. So that's what attracts them to me because I can relate to them. And I'm real, and I'm authentic, and I'm genuine. So, number 3 sign that you may be a spiritual healer is that animals and children are just drawn to you like a magnet. The fourth sign, you have maybe experienced a major trauma, such as losing a family member. You may have had a life-threatening illness. You may have had a near-death experience. You may have encountered physical, sexual, emotional abuse, or you may be suffering from PTSD by being involved in war. I personally have had a life-threatening illness when I was a little girl, and I suffered a seizure and was on life support for a week before my parents were about to decide to take me off of it. When I had my seizure, maybe a day or 2 before my parents were going to, pull the plug, I woke up. And when I first entered that hospital, I had significant brain damage. 1 or 2 days before they were going to pull the plug, I woke up and I had no brain damage. None. So that was a life-threatening illness that I had went through when I had a seizure when I was a little girl. The fifth sign that you may be a spiritual leader, you think differently from others. You are basically a critical thinker. You can think for yourself. You can make rational decisions. You don't think like everybody else. People might refer to you as having an old soul. In other words, you're really intelligent. The sixth sign is you are the confidant. You are the confidant that people turn to in times of need. So what that means is you attract people who will just spill their guts, will just tell you their darkest secrets. You attract people who just trust you. They don't know why they trust you, but they trust you and they tell you their darkest, deepest secrets because they know that you will never betray them. Number 7, you think in shades of gray rather than black and white. What that means is, let me give you an example. Cheating. Some people cheat because their partner is not laying it down in the bedroom. So you might say, I'm not really cheating, I'm just getting pleasure also. That's the shade of gray. The shade of gray is I'm not really cheating, I'm just getting pleasured in the bedroom because my husband or my wife is not putting the Mac down. That's the shade of gray. Number 8, you have felt like an outcast for most of your life. You may have been picked on or teased in school or viciously bullied in school. And people might think that you're a weirdo or that you're odd or unusual. People just don't get you. And they just push you away, making you an outcast. Number 9, you may have experienced digestive issues with your stomach. You may have developed lower back pain, or you may gain weight around the stomach. People who are really sensitive, like myself, feel most of the time energy within their stomach. They have this terrible stomach pain. Sometimes the stomach pain is so bad that it leads to diarrhea or farting excessively. Number 10, you feel pretty drained after spending too much time with people. You may have been out all day with your girls or with your homeboys, and you just feel drained as soon as you get home. You don't feel like continuing the party when you get home. All you want to do is get into bed. So you may feel drained after spending too much time around people. Number 11, you attract people who need fixing. You attract people who need fixing. So you may attract people who have emotional or psychological problems because they feel like you can relate to them on some level. And most likely you can, because if you could not, they would not be attracted to you. So people that need fixing, people that honestly just need a friend, they might attract themselves to you. And remember, it's not our job to fix the whole world. Sometimes you do have to let, the world take care of itself. You can't be Superwoman or Superman 24/7. Because remember, you are human. And you do deserve to take a break and look after yourself. So number 12, you are a compassionate listener. That means that you actually listen to what somebody is saying. You don't constantly interrupt them. You don't shout. You don't argue. You don't judge. You actually listen. You listen to understand rather than be understood. The last one, 13. You are the peacemaker between people who might be fighting. So that means if two people are arguing or about to get into a fist fight, they'll listen to you if you tell them to cut that shit out. They'll listen to you. Why? It's just something about you. It's just something about you that, tells them they better stop. They feel like, yeah, I probably should stop. I probably should shut up. I probably should go sit down somewhere. So you tend to be the peacemaker between people who are arguing or about to get into a physical altercation. So those are my 13 signs that you may be a spiritual healer. Let me tell you again where you can find me on social media. Find me on Facebook at Magically Blessed. Find me on Instagram at Autumn_Phoenix1. Find me on Twitter at Priestess Autumn. Find me on Periscope at Autumn Phoenix. Find me on YouTube at Autumn Phoenix. Thank you, everybody, and I will be speaking to you guys shortly. Bye, everybody.